Hello everyone, I'm Laura Myth Tamer and welcome to the channel. Okay guys, so I have some really fun videos planned for Friday and Sunday if you guys want to join and help me do those videos. It's going to be including you guys. If you will join the link down below to join the Discord server that I'm in, you guys can totally be part of it. It's a like little game show type thing, so I think you guys would really enjoy. If that's something you guys are interested in, please join below. But anyways, I already did a video on the Arcanum Scholars, so I thought, like, you know what? Why not just do one on the Ravenwood professors? You know what I mean? Like, because we know a lot more about them than we do about the Arcanum Scholars, because they've been part of this game for a really, really long time. And I feel like they have a lot more things I can judge and rate than that, so we're just gonna hop over into it. We're gonna start with Helston Bellstrom. Alright, I have dreaded this moment for a really long time, because as you guys all know, I cannot stand this man. So let's start off with personality. This will be the same ratings that we did for the Arcanum Scholars, but start off with personality. His personality is an absolute 1. This is the most annoying character in this game they've ever made besides Mallory. I don't know what it is about his voice and his attitude and just the way that he is, but his positivity makes me want to throw him across the room, which I could because he is so tiny. I cannot stand the energy that he has. It's way too much for me, especially playing this game. I'm already dragging through it. Like, my feet are dragging trying to get to this game, and I'm trying not to quit it. And then he's over here like, so no, I don't like Helston's personality at all. Sorry. Let's get into aesthetic. Okay, so his personality is a 1. His aesthetic, you guys know this by now. I love the Storm aesthetic. It's really been growing on me, like, a lot. I'm really gonna be harsh on these rooms because, I don't know, something I think about all the time. But I'm gonna really have to give this room, like, probably like a 5. Mostly because I don't feel like it really fits Storm. Like, Ione's room in the Arcanum is really nice, and it makes me feel like Storm. This is just a lot of purple and yellow. Like, that's kind of it at the end of it. I know a lot of the other schools have a lot better, like, concept of what their schools are, and this is just not it for me. It's just not, like, this is kind of cool. This is the only, like, really Storm thing in here. I mean, even Helston Bellstrom, he's a frog. Okay, hold on. Let's get into that part. His design, okay? Bro is a frog. We've already established at this point that frogs are for the myth school, okay? Why are you a Storm professor? The opposite of myth, a frog. A frog. I think even the myth guys in Marleybone, who he's based off of, are myth. They're not even Storm. I mean, kudos to him for going off and doing his own thing, you know, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of his design. I don't like, he's a frog, so he gets a 2 because he's a Storm and myth is frogs are for myth. Okay, anyways, that was the end of my rant for Helston. I can't say any more about it. I cannot stand this man. Sorry to you guys that love him. I can't stand him. Onward to Lydia. Alright, here we are for Lydia Grey Rose. This rest of this video is going to be a lot nicer than me screaming about Helston because I do have some good things to say about everybody else. So let's talk about Lydia's personality. Now, we don't know a lot about it, but from what we do know, and just like as far as it goes for her, because we know that she's part of, I don't remember the name, the Scion, like, stuff with that. She's part of that. She's an integral part of, so I actually have a request for her, but she's an integral part of what Wizard City is and, like, part of the spiral and everything. So, I don't know, she's really important in that way, in that aspect, and she's also always been really sweet to us, like, no matter what the circumstances are. She's just this sweet little kind person that in the middle of all, like, this scary danger. But since we don't really know about her, and in a way she's kind of boring to that aspect, I'm gonna give her a 7, a high 7, you know, just because she really is sweet. I know a lot of people love her. I love her too, personally. But now let's talk about her aesthetic. Okay, look, this is a lot better than the Storm School, right, guys? Like, it's got a lot more to offer than the Storm School does. So, okay, so first off, it's the fact of the fact that there's snow on the ground. And in my mind, that makes me think, okay, well, there's some ice wizards in here practicing ice spells. You know, like Snowman, it melts and you get this layer of ice on the ground, and there's fog coming off of the cauldron in here. And it's just like, it's a lot more ice feeling. The icicles on the wall too. It just feels more like the ice school to me than the storm school does. So I'm also going to give her aesthetic a 7. I think it really displays Lydia, and I feel like it displays the ice school. Now let's talk about Lydia's design. Her design, I'm gonna have to just give it like a 3. She feels really just rushed and put together. And I think that's just because of the fact that she was supposed to be like the headmistress, right? And it's like the same concept and idea that they had originally for her, and they just made it small and put ice like design on it. So I think she's just kind of rushed. But overall, I'm gonna have to give Lydia a 6. So that's pretty high for the most part. I enjoy the ice building for what it is, you know? Okay, let's hop over to Falmea. All right, here she is. We're gonna start off with her personality. I love her personality. She really sticks with the fire theme the entire time that you're like you talk to her. She's always here with the puns, always here with the awesome voice. I don't know, just talking to Falmea is always just a really nice part of the day. And I think that you guys could also agree with me there. Okay, so as for her, so her personality gets a 10. Sorry, guys. Yes, her personality solid 10. We love Falmea here. Okay, her aesthetic. I love the aesthetic of the Fire School. Like I said earlier, it does a lot better than the Storm School, even better than the Ice School. It's the same for like the same reasons though. Like you have the molten lava coming out of the ground and like the flames and the smoke, as well as just like the overall like essence. Like there's torches on the wall, but they're like genuine torches, you know. And this school, and like you have the flame symbols over here on the bottom, minus the fire, because you know the fire sign and the flame symbols. I think it's just really really nice and well put together. I love coming into the fire school. It's probably one of my favorites as far as like the aesthetic goes. So we're gonna give this like room, this building, like a 9. So yeah. Now talking about Dahlia's design. We love Dahlia's design here. Look at this lady. Let's just dissect everything. First off, we have that body. How could you not love that body? You know what I'm saying? Like, even just, like, yeah. So she has her nails painted also, which is another really cool thing. That wand is really pretty, really awesome. Her hair being flames, but also just looking really good on her is cool. Her little ears. I don't know, just the whole thing about Dahlia, I love it. Even like the little flames on the bottom of her dress that move. Her design is absolute 10 out of 10. We love Dahlia Falmea. She finishes off. I'm honestly gonna give Dahlia like a 9.5. Yeah, definitely. Or maybe even a 10. You know what? Let's go ahead and just round her off to a 10. Dahlia's at a 10. On to Alhazred. Okay, now let's talk about Alhazred. Same thing goes for Lydia. We don't really know a lot about Alhazred as far as anything else goes, but we do know that they are both part of that society and that they are a big integral history to the spiral. And I love Alhazred. I love Alhazred's personality. Alhazred's so like gentle, but at the same time so brave and strong. And I just like that part. But I'm gonna give Alhazred a high 8, just because it's still kind of boring and at the end of the day. So now let's talk about the aesthetic. This is my favorite like room for all of the teachers like ever. If I could give this an 11, I would give it an 11. It's gonna get a 10 though. It's probably the coziest. It's underground, like nobody's out there bothering you. You can sit here and just learn magic for days. You get to sit in like a little semicircle on the ground, all cozy and comfy. And you just get to like listen to Alhazred talk, and I feel like Alhazred is a great teacher. Like one thing I really like about it too is on Alhazred's desk, unlike the other teachers, Alhazred has books on the desk that because it's just furthering the learning. I feel like here you learn so much more as a wizard than some of the other schools because I feel like it's just so much less distracting, but it still comes back to the balance roots and just the whole Crocotopia thing altogether. And not to mention, I love Arthur. I love Arthur too. Arthur is also a amazing teacher. Like kudos to Arthur. He just stands there on the side of the street by himself all the time, and all he's trying to do is just teach. He's just trying to teach balance because he knows it. And I bet you he's also a great teacher. Even if you're standing on the street corner learning balance, he's a great teacher. I feel like both of the balance like teachers and whatever, like they do such a good job at their job. So Alhazred's aesthetic, it's a 10. Let's talk about Alhazred's design. And we're gonna be real here. Alhazred's design's kind of boring. No offense to homie, but Yeah, the design just isn't it. You kind of get that hat. I'm pretty sure you can put that hat on your wizard, but it's just like it's like almost like a remake of Shalak the Wise. So I'm sorry, but the design here is really just gonna get a 5. It's boring and it's reused. But overall, I'll give Alhazard an 8. I really love Alhazard as a teacher, and I might just be biased on that, but yeah. So Alhazard with an 8. Let's hop over to the Death School. Alright, here's our boy Dworgen. And you know, I like Dworgen, but we're gonna talk about his personality here. And honestly, he kind of scares me and kind of freaks me out. Like, I'll just be hanging out doing like stuff, and he just can't be serious about it. Same thing goes with like Hailston. And I know that a lot of you guys love homie Dworgen here, but he's just not for me. He's just not. I don't know. He makes me feel funny, like in a way, but I still kind of love him. He does have some funny voice lines here and there, so he's definitely getting a higher score than Helston. So we're gonna give him like a 3 on personality, but that's all I can really say. Now let's talk about his aesthetic. So the design of this school, okay? Obviously, the desks are falling over and everything because the school fell out of the sky. But my problem here is if they had time to put boards on the windows, why didn't they just rearrange the desks so you could keep learning after we discovered Sunken City? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell am I supposed to learn anything like this sideways? You know? Do you feel? I like the cobwebs. Cobwebs are a cool design. I like the whole fact that it looks like it did fall out of the sky, like the sideways building and everything. But I don't know. Homie just needs to clean a little bit. Like I get it, okay, but clean up the room, okay? I like how his eyes even follow the line of the room. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna give his aesthetic like a 5, just because like I don't know, that's my main quarrel with it. I do think they put a lot of time into it, like the books and the feathers and stuff being on the ground. But bro, just clean up. Okay, let's get into the design of Dworgen. Honestly, I love his design. I think they did a really good job on it. He's not like any of the other professors, and that's what I think is just really cool about him. He's his own little dude, and I think it also translates back to his personality really well. And I feel like his design is really good. So, but I am still gonna like give it kind of a low score for his design too, just because at the end of the day, it's just black, gray, brown, black, brown. I don't know. His design could be better, but I honestly like it. I'm going to give it a higher score than what I wrote on my list. We're going to put him at more or less... Actually, no, I put his design pretty high, so we're actually going to give him a 7 for his design. I like his design. But his overall score, he gets a 5. So, sorry guys. Sorry for y'all that love Dworgen. It's not that I don't love Dworgen, it's just... I feel like they could have done better with the whole, like, Death, everything. I feel like Death just deserves better stuff. But that's besides the point. Let's hop over to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Cyrus Drake. You guys already know what I'm gonna say about this. I don't even know why you decided to watch this part of the video. I'm kidding. Please watch this part of the video. Okay, so I'm gonna give him his personality a 10, but please let me explain before you guys run away. The reason I give him such a high personality rating is because he has personality. He has so much depth to his character. Not only the fact that he is an asshole most of the game, but he grows overall as a character. He grows and changes and becomes who he is today, and he continues to change even onward from that point. And that's what I really like about Cyrus. He's just the most dynamic, I feel like, NPC. Not really NPC, but like just he's a dynamic character that's not directly like part of the story except for Dragonspire. And I really like that. You find a lot about him and Falmea. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier with hers. You find a lot about them as children and them growing up in Ravenwood and everything, or just them growing up in general. And I love that about Cyrus. He has great personality because he grows. He actually has true character growth, something that Wizard101 is surprising to have, but yes, he has true character growth. So, Cyrus's personality gets a 10. Let's talk about his aesthetic. You guys know I love this room. I love everything about this room. I don't know what else you really want me to say there. The claws here, beautiful. The tentacles, or the scales and stuff, beautiful. The colors, the coloration, beautiful. And I know I'm probably really biased, but I love this like room. This is part of the reason I wanted to play Myth to begin with. Something about this room just resonated with me. These colors, just the way it blends together, I love it. The room, I'm gonna probably say it also gets a 10 because it's my favorite one. But let's talk about his design. Okay, I really like his robe. The key's really cool. His wand's really, really neat. I like his wand, but I'm gonna give his overall design an 8. I mean, he's just kind of lame when you really think about it. Like, his facial expressions, the way that they like made him, yes, beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss, because he's grumpy. He's a grumpy old man. But I mean, he's kind of plain. He's kind of boring. I don't really know what else to say there. The only person that really like has good like design is at the end of the day is just gonna be Falmea. I think they did a good job on him. They really showed his personality with the way that he's dressed, the high collar, everything else according to that, his long robes, the way that he acts and moves and everything, even the eyebrows down to that point, and his scalding blue eyes. But he's just kind of, I mean, bro's bald. You know, I don't really know what else you want me to say there. So his design gets an 8. Let's go over to Melinda. All right, so here we are with Melinda. We're talking about her personality first. I like Melinda's personality, but I just say like because I mean that's really as far as I can go with it. She she's kind of plain and boring and her voice is kind of annoying. But she's really sweet and she's always there when we need her and like she's just like she's comforting in a way. So all I can really say about her personality is just a 6. I don't really have anything else to add to that. So let's just go ahead and talk about her aesthetic. This room, guys, this room right here is the exact thing I want to see in all of the rooms. I mean, I know this is like the easiest one to do because I mean, obviously it's just nature, but they did such a good job on this room. Even when you go to the Nexus in Imperia, like this room is stunning. The grass and all the plants and stuff that come up, even like the desks have plants on them just to like show differences between students or like maybe they're doing a project together or something. I don't know. But this whole thing is just awesome. Like the stuff that she has on her desk, plants, all different kinds of plants, and even the music and the soundtrack when you walk into this room, it's its whole own thing. It's beautiful. I love, 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 love this room. It gets a 10, absolute amazing 10. Let's talk about Melinda's design. Okay, so I think they do a good job with the whole like life thing on her. I really like her eyeshadow. Her fan's a really cool part of it. I'd like to have that as a wand in this game. But besides that, she's just a cow with a robe, almost retextured like the people that are at the front of Mushu, and I don't really know what else to say besides that. She's nothing different from them really. And as much as I love Melinda, I'm gonna have to give her design a 5. So, I mean, that's really all I can say. Melinda ends up with like a 6 as an overall score. Alright guys, let's talk about it. We're going to start from worst to best. Helston is at a 4. And then we're going to move up to Dworgen. Dworgen's at a 5. After him is going to be Lydia and Melinda. They're both at a 6. And after that, we're getting up a little bit more. Alhazard is an 8. Cyrus is a 9. And Falmea is an absolute 10. All the way around, Falmea is a 10. So we're going to get, Falmea is going to be labeled the best professor for Ravenwood. We love Falmea here. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like I said earlier, if you guys want to talk to me, hang out with me, and be part of my videos, join the Discord, link in my description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.